What is up, traders? How is everyone? Nice to see you guys. So this day has been something, huh? CBI took all the good volatility. What the heck? But that's all right. We'll see what we can see. Let's just have a good time looking at the charts and seeing what's up and seeing if we can see anything fun to poke at, right? If you're here, if you've got time, if you're at your desk, I appreciate you for tuning in. Coach Matt's going to join us for Power Hour proper in an hour, but we've got some time to just like cruise, right? Let's see what's going on, right? Okay. So I scraped by green this morning, but I'm not gonna lie, it was tricky reading because it was really bouncy. I was in my stream quite a bit this morning, just kind of in and out a little bit with my kiddo, but the short at open was powerful, and then it dinked around for quite some time. So you can see my fills here. I got some profits off this long, and then I was scratched it, and then I traded ES was my other trade. And I tried for the long, and I took some profits out, and then it started failing. So then I went for the short, and I sunk that one. So it put me nicely green on the day. But I didn't find it to be an easy morning. And then you guys, its price action right now is not super generous for us. Let's just say that. But whatever, let's see what we can see. So I like to go big picture with you guys whenever I come to the charts, honestly, is to zoom out to the larger time frames and see what I can make sense with those, with that picture. All right, Justin, it's so special. We're gonna see. We'll see what we can see. Well, at least we'll make sense and have some sort of a game plan for the week moving forward at a minimum. Always good to just look at the charts and see what you can see, right? So this is NQ on the daily. Let's see what the heck is happening here. Why are we getting this obnoxious? Okay, so back in this inside chop, we had drawn this triangle. We broke down heavy, we pushed back above and broke above it, and then we did the retest. So in here is where I was very interested in the longs. Well, we got that a little bit to start to close last week. This bullish candle here was Friday. So that kind of made sense, right? Strong push up, some retracement inside candles, and the bulls wanted to defend this red level here. Now we're still inside this high base or bull flag, whichever term you prefer, which means that we have not broken the range for the last 6 days now. I don't know about you guys, but I was sort of hoping CPI today and PPI tomorrow would give us a little bit of a strong nudge. But that, we got volatility, right? There was volatility at CPI when it hit an hour before market open today, but not a lot of follow through. Let's zoom into the smaller time frames here too. But this is kind of the daily and where we're looking at. So honestly, there's bulls today, right? If the daily candle is bullish, we push lower and we are currently trading higher on the day from where we open. So it's still an interesting look, and this could be a bull flag, and there could be direction to push and break the high. I could totally see that happening. However, we have not done that yet. This is a very key resistance here. It was a triple top on the daily back here, and then we saw a crash down out of that for a couple of weeks from this level, and we have not been able to break it. So that is on my NQ. That's 3080, 30K and change. So 30K is the big level, right? We are currently trading at 29,900. So 100 points under, 180 points under that key resistance. And we're just stagnant AF is what is happening. So let's drop it in and get a little lower on the time frame and see if we can make sense of this direction. This 4 hour scoop low, retested this breakout level, which was the red line we just covered. And then now we're kind of inside this full range. But this kind of looks like a cup and handle. Ooh, that's kind of cute. Okay. Cup and handle-ish on the 4 hour chart on NQ. We have not broken it because it's right through here. What's up, Piper? Nice to see you in here. Cheers to seeing what's up, seeing what we could see on the charts, and hanging out while we're, waiting to see what this day will close as. So this is the 4 hour, and let's keep going this smaller. So hourly, we can start to see what is happening today. This is the candle that included CPI. So, pretty wicky. And then at New York Open, a push up, a sell down, some indecision like this for an hourly candle. She real ugly. Like that would have been hard to trade because that's some action in both directions. But it also could be an evening star, right? On the hourly, this could have been a sign to break lower. However, if you traded the break of this, there wasn't a lot of range here. It's tight. It's a tight day where there was trades in both directions and also stop outs in both directions. So if you are green or red or just happy to maybe be through your trading session or open to more opportunities, like cheers for just working on this day, right? This is the 15-minute chart. This is the CPI. It was a big push down and then a buy back up. And so a lot of just volatility, right? With not a lot of like logic. And then at open, just straight sell, just tank for, gosh, how many points was this? 302. So like 150 point sell in the first 15-minute candle. That's pretty good volatility. And then it just did a fat lot of nothing inside here. So I'm going to go to my M&Q chart because I have more levels drawn on that. I'll lower down to the smaller time frame. But you guys know I like to look at my initial balance after the first hour of New York session. And that's what these two orange lines are. And thank you, Ace, for my issue with my charts was being obnoxious when I was trying to drop my lines because I had the magnet on and I didn't realize I was messing up my ability to draw more accurately. So anyway, thank you for that, Ace. I don't think he's here yet, but bears initially, chop, 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 lots of wicks. There's some scalps inside there. And then here, when we broke low with this crazy volatility spike kind of right at 10:30 Eastern, I was thinking bears, but there was really not a lot of follow through here. Actually, I got in here, I got a QQQ put thinking that this was a breakdown and we were moving down. This was hesitation for another leg down. And I ended up closing it for a couple bucks loss because it's just this volatility today is just crappy. We tried to go lower and the bulls defended, which overall the market's bullish, right? We're in a bull flag on the larger time frame. So that has to be in the back of our minds of like what the bigger time frames are saying. So daily is bull flag. So you have to have some thoughts of support holding anywhere inside here. And then potentially the role would be right to break out of this level. This first resistance down has been holding us down this entire bull flag as well as last month. So that's the high of the 30,000, 80 to 90 right here. We're not there yet. We're nowhere near there. This is a lot of sideways action inside the initial bounce range, which is very small. It's barely outside the first 15-minute candle, and we've done nothing. So it's kind of not like a gorgeous day in my opinion, because there was a nice, beautiful climb of the bulls overnight, an attempt of the bears. They did nothing, and now we're just sideways thinking around. So I still have eyes of potentially coming lower since the first initial aggression was down. However, the larger time frame is bullish. So I stayed away after my morning trades and have been just kind of focusing on some other things going on. And now here we are. This is really tight. So if I were to engage in a trade with you guys, I'm just gonna let you know right now that it's not that I'll love you and enjoy trading with you, but I'm not really willing to like put a lot of capital behind this price action, but I'm totally down for technical analysis and questions and looking at the charts and seeing what we can see. Because it'd be awesome if we could find something beautiful, especially if you're sitting in, not a great morning, if we could find a good trading opportunity. I'm down for that. This is ES. So this is my MES chart. Again, the orange levels are my initial balance, the first hour of New York session. We poked below it, but didn't trade below it. And so that's the thing with the initial balance as well. If it's broken with a clean closure outside of it and continuation, sometimes I like to see a break outside, a retest, and then a whole nother half a day, like a whole nother leg can come outside of initial balance in a beautiful day with some good volatility. This is not that. So this is a poke below the initial balance with near immediate swallow back up inside. And then every attempt to go lower couldn't get the job done, right? And so like this here did technically close outside on the 15, but immediately sold right back inside on the very next candle. So this is like a bullish hold on the initial bounce low. And so I like that because ES is strong, right? Let's look at the daily on ES because she is the boss. This is the daily on the ES. We made that all-time high last Wednesday of last week. And she's in a massive bull flag, very, very strong here. And so NQ is kind of trying to chase her. NQ slid lower on this pullback here than ES did. It was weaker. ES recovered faster, broke their high, and is now holding high just as strong. I should get you a BluSky t-shirt. You show up, man. I wish, you know what? I wish we could give out BluSky t-shirts. I need to ask about that. I don't really have like I'm very low in the totem pole. I don't have privileges to give stuff away. But I love that idea. And I think that we should do some giveaway of some swag in addition to accounts, right? Check the Discord trade chat. Okay. Well, now I'm curious. Discord trade chat. Ooh. We're getting to the trader development program. Hey. You need different colors. I have a blue one and a white one, not gonna lie. I think that I mean I have to be on camera so that they supported that for me a little bit more. But and look at your trades. That's so good. Dang, yo. Okay, I'm gonna vote for you. I'm gonna put in a vote for you right now with all the bosses. 100% win days. Dang. Good job, Blank. You are on fire. Extra small. Come on, Justin. Hook a homeboy up. Justin has more power than me. I'm just saying. Hey. Look at me passing that buck. I support that for you. And excellent work, Blank. Seriously, excellent work on your trading, man. You had a moment where you struggled on a day and you still honored your risk management and didn't fully tilt and blow accounts, and you put it in the chat so that people could relate to you. Like, you're really a very strong community member here at BluSky, and I'm so thankful for you. Ooh, okay. I love it. Racing jersey. Yeah, dude, like a jacket. That would look good. I could see it. We do need swag, right, Hoster? I'm fully on board with this plan. Oh, thanks, Flink. Thanks, man. Well, let's see if we can get us a... You guys are making me feel better about my day already. I love hanging out with you guys here. Snapback hats, fishing shirts. Ooh, there's so many things. There's so many things that we could do. I need to get a hat, honestly. I feel like the hats... It's tricky. It's a good look, but then I'm not sure. I don't know if you guys remember, though. Well, I don't want to spoil it. But... we're going to the fair next week, and I might have to get myself a cowboy hat. Dang. Get with the program around here is what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go down to MES because I have my levels drawn there because I like to trade micro when I'm streaming because of just the division of focus, and that's risk management for me, is that I won't trade minis in general when I am streaming because I want to make sure that I'm fully focused on the chart and or risk management, and it's not exactly the case when I'm like in and out of the chat and stuff. So TK, I want an account on KA's Discord, but never received the account. If it was from someone else's Discord, they need to give you the code. They are, when affiliates get codes to give away accounts, they are given literally a link, and then you tell them you want it, and they give you the link. So that person's Discord has the links to their free account. So our customer service, I don't think, can help you with that because the accounts were given to that streamer. And then if they're affiliate, I think, I'm not exactly sure who KA is. But that Discord who gave away the account has the code that you need. So I would first message any admin on that Discord server. And then if that is unclear, you can try our customer service. But definitely, if a company is giving away free accounts of BluSky, they have to have the accounts through our affiliate program to give away. So I would go with that, TK. And then trade with us, yo. Cheers to a free account. Love that. Okay, so this is the daily chart zoomed in on ES, and similar setup, right? Yesterday was bears, bulls immediately defended. They climbed up steady all overnight, and then it's been mixed. Basically, this whole week, it's like New York session. So, yeah, but Justin seconded that. So speak with their team. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. From the horse's mouth right there. Not that, Okay, here is the 4-hour chart on ES. So ES looks a little bit stronger on the 4-hour chart. There was a big wick here during that CPI situation because there was some selling during that situation. But then this candle opened up 30 minutes into New York session. There was some push down below, and the bulls immediately swelled it back up, and we're pushing up. So I'm kind of interested in a long on ES. So here's the sitch. This is the 30-minute on ES. I'm gonna hide this. Collapse. Yeah. So try and give us a little more space. I don't use that RSI as often, just for certain times I like to look at. So I'm going to make that a little smaller for now. So this is 30-minute on ES, which looks like it's holding. It looks strong for a scoop up here. We are now above VWAP. We are above the 9 EMA, and we are pushing higher. So this purple line here is my value area high from yesterday, which is a nice target. However, earlier, I was long on ES, literally you can see it, to try and get to that value area high. That is not drawn on this chart, but and it didn't get there. It failed. So this is the bears kind of held down here. But this would be a target if I tried for the long on ES, which is very reasonable, right? We're marching up. I wonder if we could find something there. Let's really quick look at gold, though, because that's the other one that I wanted to run through with you guys and see if there's anything better there. What up, Reezy? You're welcome, TK. Yeah, if that doesn't work, then hit us back up. So let's see what's up with gold real quick. I forgot in this trade. Did I win it? I can't remember this trade, you guys. That's funny. Let's see what happened with that trade. Let's go down to the smaller time frame. Oh, I longed. And then I think I went out of break even. Anyway, it was such a small trade that I forgot I even did it today. So gold is strong on the larger time frames because of, right, we were hunting this long down here for weeks when it did a fat lot of nothing, and then it broke beautifully last week on Wednesday, which was a nice breakout trade. Came back and retested it and then broke out again. We took this breakout trade on Monday, which was amazing. It sold back off and then came back down into it and is pushing long. So I'm definitely bullish on gold. We are at this key resistance level here, and we have broken it, but we haven't really printed a lot of closures above it. So there could be a rejection off of this still, especially with these wicks that we're seeing on this chart. And I think that's why we're seeing some indecision on gold at this location, because it was a beautiful break of an important structural level on the larger time frame. However, we haven't seen a beautiful follow through. Yesterday, this was the area we were taking the longs out of. Right, yesterday? Yeah, right here, where we wanted to see the hold during the close of yesterday's session, but really just kind of fizzled out. Well, broke out overnight, right? That was beautiful. I got a small piece of that overnight. Too high, too quick on gold. People are spooked. Yeah, I think Breezy is that it's at that level on the daily where it's at that key area where it could reject. And so it has broken it, but we haven't got momentum out of it. And so I think that people are spooked. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it, because they want to trade it higher. It's been pushing up for, more than a week now out of a long consolidation period. And so I think that there's no doubt that it's bullish. However, I think that it could pull down based on that structure that we see on the larger time frame of breaking this level and then just retracing maybe even to here. Although it did kind of do that here, right? It broke this, retraced a little, and then pushed. And so, it doesn't have to. It can keep marching up, but it could retrace this break, because this is kind of an important one. Lower high, lower low, lower high, held. We broke this one. Now we have broken this one, but not strongly. So this is an area of indecision for me, and potential retracement or potential continued momentum up. So overall, I'm bullish on gold, but I don't know entry. We're under VWAP and under the moving average here, and we have rejected, and we're in kind of a downturn here. This is the CPI pump volatility. Can't even really call it pump, just when wicking around being crazy. 50-minute chart, the body is teeny tiny. Ugh. What up, Mary? Welcome in, girl. How are you? Happy to see you. So on gold, I'm tempted to short this retracement because it's the clean break under VWAP, retracement, rejection off the 9 EMA. We're at VWAP and the 9 EMA confluence here, and we're in the current downtrend for the day today. And so this gives me some scalp to the downside vibes, honestly. But overall, it's bullish. So I'm like, I don't necessarily love that either. Let's have to see what it does in here. Yesterday, I kind of front ran my gold trade, and it did work out. But I got in before I got confluence and confirmation. So bear and bold tug of war. Okay, seriously. I agree with you, Mary. I'm trying to run through it to see if there's something that I really like with y'all, to see if we can find a trade that is high quality, and I'm struggling to find a high quality trade that I like. So you are probably talking about NQ, yeah, Mary? Short on the 1 minute divergence. So let's take a peek these back at NQ. That's where we started. Let's circle back there. I'm interested in potentially short on gold, potentially a short on NQ, and potentially a long on ES is kind of where my slight biases are for the different indices. I don't love that my bias on ES and NQ is varied because they tend to run together. But okay, so you are short. This is the area where NQ shorted this morning, right? This is the 15-minute chart. Um, Short wicks, next phase of the leg. Now we've been printing higher for, gosh, an hour and a half here, almost 2 hours, and then consolidating. So this could give us something on, like, if we put some guardrails on this consolidation, maybe that's how we're going to rock this. Is if we're trying to entertain a trade, we need to see a clean break and closure that gives us a direction. And there's not a lot of momentum. So my concern would be that it would just dink around and just wick. You know, like if we took a short right here, if it broke, it could easily just be a poke and then close back up because that's happened too. But if we could get a directional move, we have an hour and a half plus a little left in the day today. So we have time to break. This is F around and find out territory, right? So not super appealing for me. I can see a potential short, but I can also see a potential long because we've been sideways and this initial balance low did nothing. It poked below and pushed right back inside. So it could be we're pushing to the higher targets there, and 30K is a magnet. However, it sold hard at open today. So it also is a resistance, right? Let me go back to ES. I do think that ES can get up here to 79, but that's literally 4 points. Excuse me. So like nothing really to write home about the 4 point on ES trade. But I mean, if it was ES and not MES, that's some change. We drew a similar level, like, wedge on ES, it would just about be at the top, but then it's so close to my target. What do you guys think? Mary's got a short on NQ, a little opportunity. Gold is kind of pushing up, honestly. Like, kind of looks like it might want to hold this. Overall, I'm bullish on gold, like maybe it could break this. If it breaks out of this trend line and retests, then that's a long. Let's put some levels on here. Gosh, I have a frog in my throat. Okay. So this is just the wick from this break here, and then it captures the lows here. And then let me put this line. It helps me to just see what the heck is going on, right? I don't know if you guys are as active on your charts as I am, but this is a pretty clean double bottom, almost to the tick. So that's a good sign. And where the bulls pushed this morning, we came back into this zone, which was also a zone from overnight. We could have brought this all the way back and it would basically be retested. This CPI volatility retested this hold on overnight. Sometimes I'll put two different levels on there because I can see the confluence of the overlapping. And then I'll clean it up at the end of the day and only keep what is relevant. But this kind of shows that this came right into the heart of this support demand from overnight and then held. And then now we could delineate this from the volatility hold. And then we got a double bottom inside there. So could hold. However, now it's at VWAP with some candles underneath of it. So I'm not really sold on that either. I would want a clean break and then a retest for a long, or a clean rejection and a break structure on the 5 for a leg lower. Is how I would structure a gold trade. Yeah, Mary, I think I want you to win. I always want you to win. But this is such a wedge right now that if you have good risk management, that you are comfortable with, then, see what happens because it could easily break both directions here. Um, Not being in a position right now, I'm not comfortable with either the long or the short on NQ, honestly, because it hasn't shown me a directional intent in the last 2 hours. This was, I felt like, a good push up, but this is where we saw a lot of bears earlier, and so then they're arguing over it with really quite low volume. Um, so you might get stopped out, but it could break also. So, I mean, just manage your risk in a way that is comfortable for you. I know. See, I wanna be able to trade live with you guys and show you a good trade. Um, I'm trying to see one. Yeah, I do kinda wanna be in this long on ES, but I also think that this target could reject here based on this rejection here too, and we're so stinking close. It's like this right here, I almost made it, but it rejected underneath of it. So it doesn't even have to get to tag that level because value area high. I mean, with different programs, like if I'll do my value areas on TOS or TradingView or TradeC, it will give me a slightly different value each time because there's some variability amongst the platforms, right? And so it's just this whole like area here is the value area high from yesterday's trading. You see long NQ, short ES, long gold, and short silver. Okay. All right, Hoster. Let's pick one of those. So long on NQ. I don't know if I can do that. Short on ES. Maybe. Long on gold. I like. Short on silver. Let's look at silver. Let's look at silver. Short silver. Okay. I don't even know what the leverage is on silver. I've traded it so little. Can I trade a mini without getting my rear end handed to me? Somebody tell me what's the risk on this sucker? It's less than gold, right? Is he just throwing out some crap to try and get me to put a position on? Is that what you're doing, Oster? He's like, because this is 5 positions you're suggesting. I would like to pick one. I don't hate the silver idea, not gonna lie. We are pushing lows. This is a nice pull up. Let me see about crude oil because we're just having a little look-sees at the market. Did you say long on gold or oil? Okay, I could be convinced on this long on oil. What's happening right now? Let me just look at the larger time frame real quick. Yeah, like weird. Hold on. Please hold. Ooh, this could be a cup and handle forming. Broke above, gave a doji. Is dojiing today on the daily so far. 4 hour. Trying to reclaim. Bear, bear. Bull column pushing up on the 4. 1 hour. Trying to break out here too. I don't know. Hoster might have a tip on this crude oil breakout. Let's see what she does here. Does crude oil respect VWAP? Because it seems like a lot of dinking around. VWAP. This is a sell below retest VWAP held shorted. This close above VWAP. Coming back under. What does she tend to do? Bullish and then a little retracement. Bullish, a little retracement. So she's doing the retracement. She's got some bounce in her, right? So this is the bullish intent, right? And then it retraced. A bullish intent, retraced. Bullish intent, sideways. Bullish intent, sideways, and then a fail. So I would not long after this bullish push based on the way that she has shown me she's moving in the last day or two here, just in the current price action, that after a bullish push, there tends to be a retracement. But if it retraces down here and holds, that could be an entry opportunity. Hmm. All right. Foster's baby is a yes, and he says NQ, and he says long NQ. Yeah, that's more reliable. Okay, so that's an interesting look on NQ as she got down to that wedge low and is pushing up here. This is a good like push on the bull flag to the upside here. Oh yes, just got to my target. Nice. It caught that long on yes. That was my favorite. But now I just hit my target, so we'll see if it can break it. Right here. That was at 4 points. So now we'll see if it'll reject or what here after tagging that level. All right, we're going to go for the long one in Q. Whoops. Okay, we'll see if this directional pullback and move happens and we can get a bull flag out of here because ES is pumping higher and it could pull it higher if we can make some moves happen. I am just going to give it the low here, just outside of it, and see if we can pump up. This is the kind of the bull flag type situation, comes down to the low end and bulls are there to defend. That's a turn potential change of aggression with all of the buyers that were sitting here when we got to that level low that we drew before these two candles closed. So it's a potential opportunity here to push higher. The bears tried and couldn't get the job done and bulls were there. That's what I like about this candle pattern presentation. This one is not fully baked, but it's showing quite a bit of energy here. So I will give it this range of these candles here to see if we could potentially get a breakout. And then if it breaks out, we can start scaling up into these higher areas here because I do think 30K is a magnet. Of course, this morning it rejected, but not with any sort of power or follow through, you know? It's still on the table for sure to get taken out. And then ES is so curious because she got to that level. And so now I'm wondering if there's going to be some hesitation and profit taking there, but then also this pivot might get taken for liquidity, right? Excuse me. Our family has a little bit of summer colds and I'm wondering if it's coming for me. So this is why you don't short gold without confirmation because right now it's pushing at that trend line. So if it can get above it here and then hold above the 9 EMA, it can scoop underneath it, it can break cleanly and retrace and give a candle pattern, we could be seeing a long opportunity on gold. Matt's a fan of the plan of not shorting gold. That makes sense, right? This is a good setup though. Once we zoomed out and we drew our levels and we got kind of active on the chart, like it did reject here, but it rejected down into demand and then it gave a nice double bottom here. And we just broke this level just now. So we want to see if the bulls can hold right in here. If they can hold, then we can get in on hopefully retracement somewhere in here, a retracement of that breakout of that level and the 9 EMA and some upward direction. We also have this little NQ long going on. We'll see. We need to hold this momentum here. We talked about crude oil. Okay, I love that. All right, so when Matt says he likes a long on yes and crude oil, that's what we said. That makes me feel good about myself, not gonna lie. So crude oil did that break here and did the retracement. And so now we get to see if it's gonna hold with the upward momentum. Thanks for throwing out your ideas, Foster. Gave us more to look at. I like it. Cordell's doing a lot of back and forth, though. I think we'll let Matt mess with that. But yes, it held her nicely, so that's great. We are pretty amazing. Cheers to that, Aster. Let's get some. Let's get some. 7,790. Okay, let's go. Yes. Pump it. I like it. I like this plan. So we got longs on yes, NQ, potentially CL, potentially gold. See, we got some bulls in the house today. Baby. What I would love to see is if this breaks on NQ. That would be a lovely situation for us. I would be a fan of that. I'm going to put an alert in case I'm looking at something else when it. So that's the 29,924 would be the cross above here that I would love to see in order to start managing my trade a little bit more actively. Right now, all I have on is my entry and my risk, my stop management here if it does not work. Because again, it's in an area of consolidation when I got in. So I definitely want to have my risk in place because it could break in either direction. I am just voting that it feels bullish with the way this pushed down and held the line and the bulls defended. So this candle pattern right here is what is appealing to me on the 15. Not so different on the 5 either. The bulls tried and the bears or the bulls were there right away. So this looks like a good setup that I am a fan of. And I love that Matt got in ES when we were talking about it because that is awesome. Because then we got some trades on both sides. All right. We could get some action today, you guys. We could get something good. Always good to run through the charts with you guys and see what we can see, talk about it, see the levels, see what we're playing off of. I'm going to pull back up gold here because doing some interesting things. So this here could either be the rejection for another leg down, or it can be just a retracement of this break here. Because this candle right here closed above. And so now we're retracing. So now we get to see what happens in here. We closed above VWAP. We closed above the 90 EMA. We are dancing on the trend line of today's price action. Very interesting. I am not going to engage though until I get a 3 candle pattern in here. Yesterday I front ran a little bit and the trade plan actually worked. But my stop was taken right before it did pop a little bit more, which is kind of annoying. So I'm going to see what happens in this whole area here. If we can get a pullback and then a hand back to the bulls and some push up. That'd be great. I don't really love entering a trade at VWAP, especially at an area of indecision, because right here I could see both trades. I can't wait to hear about your ES entry. I'm excited. Matt's going to join us in a bit when he's dialed in to be here with us. This NQ trade is a little bit in profit right now. Still pretty young in development. I'm not trying to squeeze it because we got an hour and 20 minutes left. So we'll see, like I said, if we can get a break above here, then I'll figure out where I want to put my scales. Honestly, one's going to be the base of this level, and then I want to hold a runner. So let's just put some orders on the table. So this is my daily level. I'm going to put my order right below it at 979 for scale on my NQ long. And then I would keep runners to see if we can break this 30K with some strength. That would be a beautiful pop for the day here. I kind of love that I didn't jump into a trade, you guys. I'm not going to lie. We took some time. We saw we stopped. And now we see the follow through. And we get to hear about Matt's beautiful ES situation. What is up, Matt? Welcome.
What's up, team? What's up, Becky? How's everybody doing here today? Excited to be here for the next hour and 20 minutes as we navigate the conclusion of a boring daily chart, but starting to wake up on the intraday side of the equation. So I hope everybody's doing good.
That was my alert just now for popping that the top of this consolidation right now on NQ for 24.25. So that's good. Yeah, I got on here at 2 o'clock and ran through it all. And
let it roll.
Let it roll, right?
Yeah.
I think we could pump.
Let it roll. You kidding me? Don't tighten this up yet. We're
No,
getting
man.
we're getting those triggers at the top. 77.90 on the ES, slightly underneath 30K on the NQ. That's
Yep.
the edge. Don't overthink it. Let it roll. Slowly adjust stop loss. In a momentum environment, this is a kick your feet up and let this thing play out environment.
Let her climb. I like it. Yeah, this like bullish me too, but this purple area was a target for me for the long, and I felt like we were so close that I just wanted to wait and see, and so I didn't pull the trigger on any of that. But I love the long here. Like this was really nice because it gave a little retracement here, and then it just kind of popped. So, and we've got I don't know if you ever look at initial balance. I learned it years ago and I
No.
try to just factor it in. Well, I like it because it gives you the opening range of the hour of New York session. So that's my orange levels. And we just could not get below it on either instrument. And so then that tends to traditionally, in the understanding of initial balance, make the other side a target because this one couldn't fail. It means the bulls held it up the morning. And so then upward is slightly higher likely of success. So it's just something that I look at. But that is in support of the longs on both ES and NQ as well. Where did you trigger in on ES?
I triggered in right after we got above VWAP and we pulled back to VWAP, and I tried to get in as close to VWAP as I could because I felt once that occurred, we had an edge to the top side. And I just really, really liked the cheap risk because I put a stop loss right under VWAP. So I was like, okay, you're going to go or you don't. And if you don't, I got a 5-point stop loss. Who cares about that? And so I kind of just did that. Get as close to the level as you can without confirmation. And then when we got that move, it looking pretty good here. So no, it was just a break retest of VWAP and try to get in as close to VWAP as humanly possible. I think my entry was, to give you the actual number, 73 was my entry.
Oh, beautiful.
So we're just kind of letting this one play out. Also thinking about gold. I like your trend line. I really liked your trend line you had on gold there, Becky. I felt that was a really good trend line trigger, and I think you can go above this 3-bar high on gold. And like you're like earlier in the session, I was like, this day's terrible. Like, who cares? Later in this session, I actually think it's getting cleaned up a little bit. And so you look at gold here. I think gold's got a pretty decent pattern to anchor against above trend line. You look at the ES hit VWAP, look pretty decent pattern to get back up into the highs. Even crude oil is giving a little bit of a technical conversation with the pullback against a double top right around VWAP. That would suggest a breakout or bust for me on crude oil. I'm not in crude oil right now, and gold is
trying to get in.
like I gotta do something.
Take me. Let's go.
Yeah.
I like this. I like that
I
it
like
hesitated
it
here.
too. I like it too. We're
Mhm.
doing it. We're doing it. We're
Heck yeah, we're
in.
doing it.
We're
Let's
in.
go Bulls.
Stop loss for me is underneath the underneath VWAP.
Didn't pick up my order. Come on.
But I do like this pattern, and I think you can either play the 9 EMA, I think you could play VWAP, I think you could play trend line.
Yeah.
So dealer's choice there, quite frankly, on stop loss there. But yeah, got a little gain on the ES. Might as well take a little bit of risk on gold. Let's go. Come on. Double up to catch up. Let's do this. I don't know what I'm catching up with, but let's double up anyways.
Let's get it. All right, so I got a fill, and we'll see if it will get it the rest of the way. But
we basically have the exact same trade going on right now.
I love that for us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. This was a beautiful double bottom here.
Make it easy, gold. Give us the expansion on the break. Make it easy. Allow us to get to the breakout, the break even. Come on, do it. Do it. Don't question it. Just do it. Just go with it.
Go for it, baby. Let's see. Let's see where we could trim here. This pivot is going to be a good one.
I would want to get 4,500 here, but that is not happening in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like that's
Candles
a
are not
nice
huge.
conversation if this one works out. I like your target at the 85, 86 level.
I think so too. I think that there's a lot of confluence here, kind of dabble. This is the last breakdown, so it'll be a sign of bullish aggression to take it out, and then I'll keep a runner for higher if we can
get 10 points here on GC against some neutrality today. I'll be happy as a pig, and you know what?
Right? That's all I'm saying too. Like this range subs today is not big.
No. You're not looking to be a hero today.
No.
No.
You're
looking to take your shots, right? You're looking to take your shots, but you're not looking to be a hero today.
No. That's correct. Yeah, we'll see. Goal or NQ got just outside of that range and then did pop back into it, but it's trying to hold here. So it's such a tight day. You know what I mean? Like there's been trades in both directions all over each other today.
We're still inside patterns on the daily chart.
Yeah.
And I've said it all week long. I'll say it today. As long as we're inside that high base on the NASDAQ, inside that high base on the ES, you should not be too aggressive with position sizing. Take your shots. Ask for your, be specific on your call outs, get your patterns, make your trades, but realize the environment you're trading in.
Yeah.
And the environment you're trading in is a 80-point range on the ES, which is not big.
No.
It's not big. You're also trading in a slight extension environment on gold, and you're trading within a high base on the ES with the trigger above 30K. And so I always like to say, like, where's the real trade here? The real trade is gold above 4,500. The real trade is the ES above 7,800. The real trade is NQ above 30K.
Yes.
Those are the real trades. Those are where the momentum can live. And so you want to keep your powder dry for those opportunities, team. And you don't want to get too aggressive in a slowing momentum environment, tight ranges. Take your shots, like both of these trades that we're talking about on gold, which I really like this trade on gold, but I would call it a scalp. Like that's what I see here.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's the day is just too small. The volatility is small and tight and unimpressive, and so to think that you would get a home run that's not super logical. So we'll take some points.
No, but I do like this expansion on GC. Let's go, baby.
I haven't had it. Didn't grab me.
I kind of feel like I'm doubling up here as gold and the ES are both kind of just slowly but surely inching up.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
they're climbing.
This team.
Good.
Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
Let's go, everybody. Did Piper get some gold? Maybe Piper made the money on
gold.
Who's
in this GC trade? Let me know in chat, team. Who's in the GC trade? Who's in the NQ? Who's in the ES? Let me know where you're at. We want to have conversations. Me and Becky don't want to just talk to each other. We want to talk to you guys. We want to engage with you guys. So let us know what you're at so that we have an understanding of that. Piper, so you took the gold trade as well. My only question is when do we rock that stop loss to break even and say we don't trust that much today?
I think I'm going to trade under this consolidation here after this candle, maybe.
So Piper did the good thing. Like, it's a good day. Any day you can trade gold on the bull side, guys.
She's pretty. Yeah. Yeah, I only got 3 micros either. It's up. It triggered. And Mary had good risk management. She tried for the short inside this this looked like a little reduction here on NQ, but that didn't work. But I'm glad you had good risk management and play, girl.
Piper, it's okay if you say I got you hooked on gold. You wouldn't be the first person I got hooked on gold.
That's the reason I trade gold.
I probably have over 10,000 people that have bought gold based on my analysis over the years. So you're not the first, my friend.
She's beautiful.
Listen, gold gets you like very passionate about it once you understand the instrument.
She moves differently. It's different for me than ES and NQ. It's been a little bit of a different situation to learn.
It's a global asset that moves on global economic and geopolitical numbers. The ES is a little bit that, but these 24-hour global, because gold literally is priced in US dollars around the world. And so it gets that global treatment, but I'm a big fan of the pet shiny rock that Warren Buffett doesn't love buying. It's honestly my only disagreement with old Mr. Buffett. He doesn't like gold. I love everything else about Buffett.
I'm trying to think
you know why he doesn't like gold?
Tell us.
He doesn't like gold because it doesn't pay him a dividend.
Oh, I think I did know that. Yeah, that sounds right.
That is why
he's got some some requirements in his mind, and he holds to those.
He's got some rules. We all got rules. I can't disagree with it. He's got rules. But I'm like, why don't you just go buy a gold stock and write your covered calls, Buffett? There's your dividend.
There you go. You need to have a meeting with him.
Like, he knows how this works.
He's not like the youngest.
No, he's
learn new tricks ever.
He's actually Buffett. Well, not Buffett, but Burke just had their earnings report over the weekend. Decent report, but Buffett. It's both sad because Buffett is a thing of the past at this point with Burke. Greg Abel has taken over as CEO and he's doing a great job. And I think the couple differences is for the last 2.5, 3 years, Burke hasn't been buying stock at all. Like at all. They've built this like ridiculous powerhouse cash position, but they don't buy stock. They've been dumping their for example, they've been reallocating Apple. They've been reallocating Oxy, two of Buffett's biggest core positions, and even he's shed Coca-Cola a little bit. Shocking. Like Buffett never sheds Coca-Cola,
right?
But yeah, they've been building up a cash arsenal. For what purpose? I don't know. Like usually when Buffett does that is for acquisition purposes, but I think it was because of the inflationary crisis, and he just had an opinion on it. But he missed out on the AI trade the same way he missed out on the tech trade. And as such, he's got a lot of cash, over $360 billion in cash to put into work. And Greg Abel, and by the way, for example, the first quarter of this year, they basically did no purchases, no stock buyback programs at all. In the second quarter, after Greg Abel took over, $4.5 billion in stock buybacks, $20 billion in acquisition. And Abel's looking to make a name for himself, so they're looking to be a little bit more aggressive. I thought that was kind of much more than their numbers. Just looking at Burke, not just Buffett, but Abel and whatnot. Looking at allocating some of that money. Anytime Buffett starts allocating, and I know it's not Buffett, it's Abel, but it's Burke, and Burke's always going to have the Buffett mentality. I think it does stand out a little bit. Gold, don't break, you nonsense.
I know. I'm debating. It's really close to what I would do if I moved to break even, but I might just put it up under this last consolidation here at the trend line.
I have trailed. I'm trailing on the
9.
I'm trailing on the 9. I'm currently stop at 71.
Okay. I'm thinking this.
I'm above VWAP, but
70.1 is right underneath this this.
Oh, you want prices right? Watch me get stopped out first is what you want.
No. I'm trying to.
No. We're gonna stop. Matt's going first, guys.
It turns out, but then my stop would be deeper. So I don't know. That's like better. You know what I mean? Like your risk management is tighter.
But the very second you decide to put it above VWAP, you're being aggressive on the management
continuation.
Side. And I don't have a lot of trust on any asset class today. So
okay, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Because like.
I still like the trade, by the way, and I don't regret the trade in any capacity. Yeah. It's not shocking to see a retest of a breakout channel.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm just going to ride the 9, see what happens there.
Yeah, this NQ trade is thinking back as well.
The ES is slightly overextended on the 5, doing a little bit of pullback in its own right now.
I'm going to honor my risk under this flag and see if the bulls can defend again, because they did defend and they did poke the high, but they did not follow through. So I'm going to see. I'm going to give my NQ long a little bit of, I'm going to give them both their stop loss management. I've got stop at 70.10 on gold and 86.5 on NQ based on structure.
Well, the ES is testing the 5-minute 9 EMA right now. If it passed the test, we should be good on both the NQ and the gold trade, but we'll see. If the ES comes underneath the 5, like I kind of feel we're going to get stopped out.
ES is testing the rejection from earlier today. Here, on the 15.
Like I still like both trades.
This pivot.
Just slight extension on the 5 minutes. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope we can just keep this little pullback.
Bar expansion after the breakout, Becky. You get to put that stop loss at break even. Gold almost gave us that 1 bar. So now it's going to have to, now we're going to get tested a little bit. Now we're going to do some work.
Yeah, now it's at the point of that little micro, 10 minutes of consolidation that we broke out is testing the high right now. So it could hold easily here. The 9 EMA is catching up nicely to very near to where price action is on gold. So that'd be great if it held.
Why is the NASDAQ being a problem child here?
I don't know why she's doing this. That's probably why Mary got her short trigger earlier, because it's been rejecting up here, and it did poke this high, which what I was liking for. I should have scaled out there, recognizing this is choppy AF today. I'm just going to let the risk ride. Even if both these trades hit my stop, then I'm still green from the morning, so whatever. Bye.
It's just a little minor flag on gold. I'm concerned on your NQ, but
yeah, I timed my stop here hard. This is where the bulls defended, and they did a 15-minute pump from here half hour ago. So
yes, just broke the 5-minute 9.
Yeah.
This feels like it's pulling back a little bit.
Yeah, we very well could still. This could be a poke above the flag and a failure on NQ, and it could have a directional move to the downside here. Yeah.
I have to wait and watch play out, though.
Yeah,
I still like the gold trade. I still like my ES trade. Just gonna have to sit through a pullback now.
Yeah, you're still above your entry on ES, which is lovely.
Yeah, I'm my stop's at break even on ES. Literally, like when I said I'm getting 90 or I'm getting nothing, I'm getting 90 or I'm getting nothing. My stop's at break even.
Beautiful. Protected. Good. Well, Mary, it stopped us both out. That'll happen. We'll see if this gold can hold it or not.
By the way, the CPI report today was about as boring as the doji environment we're dealing with. Basically, every single aspect was in line. Everything from core, non-core, monthly, yearly, everything in line. Probably what the doctor ordered from the central bank perspective, because labor was terrible last week, which probably pushes back any rate hikes, I would say, into December. There was a live conversation for a rate hike coming up in this next meeting, and now it does look like they're going to punt on that rate hike this next meeting, push that decision to most likely December. A lot of that is based on the implosion of the labor market environment, which was, I don't know, anybody that read that labor report last Friday, if you have 2 eyes and a beating heart and an understanding of how economic reports look, knows that's a terrible, terrible, terrible report. And it gives the Fed a little bit of room to not hike interest rates, because negative labor environment, inline CPI reports, negative economics brings down inflation. The Fed can anchor on that argument. So that was interesting today. I also thought super microchip computer was fascinating today. Had such a good earnings report. Such a good earnings report. They had over 100% beat on EPS, massive increase in guidance, just absolutely standout stock. And nobody's going to make the argument that super microchip computer is, a high flyer, overextended. It's kind of been, just been flatlined against a lot of what other things have been doing. But I really like that one kind of today as well. See, gold, just a little bit of pullback. That's it. Let's go. Now let's go. Let's do it again.
Let's go. NQ is debating this potential support here, but man, I don't like. I traded in the chop and it did not work out. I'm not super interested. But ES turned tier 2, so that could help. They both turn right here. ES and NQ.
You get up to that breakout channel. I don't love the NQ.
Yeah. They're all inside today. It was an attempt.
I will love the NQ when it breaks 30. Love. Yeah. Like I will fall in love like first sight. Falling in love. We'll love that. I also love this gold pump right now.
I am not mad at all. The gold can make my P&L for the afternoon session. I feel good about that.
That'd be twice this week.
I would. Cheers for that.
That would be if we get this 15-point move, I'll be twice this week. Mm-hmm.
Be beautiful.
All of a sudden, Becky's a gold bug.
I know.
Welcome.
I like gold. I traded at least a couple times.
Welcome to the family.
A week. I traded it after hours yesterday, actually. I was just home yesterday afternoon, and so I got in around like 4:30 on a gold long, and then Breezy started streaming at like 5. And he was like, "Oh, it looks like long," and he got in, and it had been hesitating, and then Breezy got in, and it just pumped up and like flew to our target. I was like, okay. Breezy must have had some contracts to like make it move.
If you're going to be a gold bug, though, Becky, you have to also invest in a tinfoil hat. You have to embrace some of the conspiracy theories when it comes to currency and Fed, or you can listen to me geek out on those things. But you got to have a tinfoil hat. Like gold bugs have to own the tinfoil hat. I have one. I kid a little bit.
I mean, I'm available.
I'm actually not
around conspiracy theories. Like some are conspiracy theories, and some are, there's some truth behind it.
When it comes to gold sniffs out the truth. So yeah, I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm just joking around the tinfoil hat, but most people believe gold bugs are that. No, we just believe that the government is constantly going to print or constantly going to borrow money, and the Fed is constantly going to be willing to print the money for the government to borrow. It's really as simple as that. And if anybody disagrees with that, I would love to see your logic.
And how we can trade it, right?
Well, trade it the way we're trading it right now. Well, number one, get a core holding in gold, get a core holding in your favorite gold miner of choice, learn how to do covered calls so you can write covered calls against downward pressure and price, and then day trade it. Boom, done.
Well, and honestly, for all the traders out there, like just get active on your chart. You know what I mean? Like this actually looks like kind of crazy town with all the things that are on here, but it all makes sense to me, right? Like this is buy from overnight, and then we got the CPI volatility. Well, it held in there. So I want this level delineated, and then I want this level because that's where we broke through and held. So it's the support, and then we get the double bottom. And so that shows me that the bulls defended this low. And so then if we're in a downward trend, like what does that look like? What would it look like to break it? And so like make your chart your own, make it speak to you, put things on there that would kind of bring the picture into full view. It helps.
I'll tell you, everything you said is 100% accurate. When you drew your trend line, that's what cleaned up everything to the left side, because who cares about whatever happened to the left side when you're breaking a trend line?
Yeah. And a double bottom inside support with a trend line break.
What news, Blank? Like I'm pretty familiar with the news today, but I have not checked the news in the last 3 hours.
Blank's personal news. He's on fire.
Oh, congrats, Blank. That's the news.
Yeah. Matt and Justin have the t-shirt hookup.
That's awesome, Blank.
He's got some stats in our Discord that are literal fire. Like he's just handling life right now.
Oh man, that is so good. That is so good. But no, I did not hear that. But congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm sure me and Justin can discuss the t-shirt.
I know. There should be some options for that.
All right, here's the candle. Let's go. You got your confirmation candle on the breakout. You got your flag to the breakout channel. You got your confirmation on the flag. Gold, do it. This is the candle for you to show that pump to allow me to trail that stop loss to break even. And then I can kick my feet up and I don't care what happens. Because you're either going to my target or you're not.
Here's my ES.
I'm just trying to fight back to the top on the ES at this point.
Yeah. Let's go. Levels look a little bit funky, like they got messed up, but okay. Price the candles are right. So,
team, we are officially in Power Hour for the last 5 minutes. Just wanted to welcome everybody out to Power Hour every day. Coach Becky and myself navigate the conclusion of the trading session. If you're new to BluSky, hit that subscribe so you know when we go live every day. Not just Becky and myself. Justin was kicking tail earlier this morning. Coach Mike in the morning is just absolutely fantastic, lights out trader, one of the best traders, truly. Everybody knows me. I don't blow smoke. Coach Mike, one of the best traders I've ever seen in my life, does it live, lays out his thoughts. And I saw a couple comments from new traders being like, I'm trying to have a hard time following. Sit back and just listen and let his wisdom just soak it up. Be a sponge, guys.
Mhm.
I remember when I first started sitting down with Mike and listening to Mike, how he navigates markets. You always got to learn from how somebody communicates with the market and how they're communicating with other people. And Mike talks his technical thoughts out loud. And once I realized that, I could really understand what he was talking about, where his levels were, where his trade ideas were. And it just honestly, it took me a couple days to kind of sit down and really kind of anchor on how Mike navigates. But man, is it powerful. Truly, truly, truly. And so Mike goes live in the morning every day. Justin comes in right after him. Oh, Piper. But that's one of the things I love about Mike is he's laying out all his technical thoughts, fully transparent, laying it out for the world to see. And as an analytical myself, I love that detail. Like absolutely love that detail. Justin has been killing it, guys. Like literally that Justin's been killing it for the last 3 to 4 months, unlike he's done anything in his career. He's doing absolutely fantastic, laying it out every single day. Coach Becky and myself, we're the caboose of this train. We kind of come up at the late party of the stage in the day trading conversation, but we anchor. I should call us the anchor. We're the anchor, Becky. We anchor the power hour every single day. So, team, we go live every day at BluSky TV. If you're new to us, hit the subscribe so you know when we do go live. If you're new to BluSky from a prop side, go over to the website, get yourself an evaluation, and go practice these trades that we talk about every single day. It's a great time. Even if you're new, just to practice. The more you practice, the better you're going to get when you do go funded or you get that live account. And so, team, welcome out to BluSky TV. We're officially in Power Hour, and that was a lot of talking. So I better see some likes out there as well.
Right? Like and share and hang out because that is a very good rundown, Matt, of what we offer here at BluSky. And we're here at the opening bell, closing bell, in between, extra labs. Like we're here to
Bring me
help
on
grow
the Nike session.
strong traders. Yeah, exactly.
Gold, I told you had to pump this candle. You tried it and you came back down inside range. Let's go. Come on.
I know. Get it together.
Where's
Are we
Jaw
gonna
Jaw's money? Where's Jaw Jaw? I always need Jaw Jaw to give gold that. Like, I got to yell at Jaw Jaw. Jaw Jaw, get out of the truck and go push. Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna put my stop under this last pivot under the 90 MA a good bit. So that would be at 72.2 for my gold stop.
I was there. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to do the same. And I went to do it. And I'm like, oh, yep, there I am.
Yeah. I hadn't squinched it up yet, but that
Under pivot.
Yeah, under pivot.
You got the pivot. Under pivot.
Yeah, because the trade is to continue marching up. And if it fails here, then we could just mess around inside this range to close out the day. And I don't know that I want to.
I want no part of it underneath pivot.
You know what I'm saying? Like it could go right back down to that double bottom. It could go all the way down to the trend line, which is, quite a few points underneath. So if she runs here, otherwise $45 is a really small risk for a trade. So easy peasy. Yeah, Mike in the morning sometimes when the trade is not a beautiful trending day, he's really good at like getting in and out with the scalps, which I have found is he leads with good example of that of, these are the levels. If this one holds, we're not in this trade. If this one holds, we're this, you could short underneath this level. And so he does call them out quickly, rapid fire. You got to really do kind of listen and absorb it and figure out how he's managing it because there is an art to what that man does. And that's not something you can grab right away.
Yeah, and I was catching a little bit of it this morning, and I saw somebody like, I what do you mean? You went long and you went short? I'm like, he has a core holding, and he's just doing something counter against that. I just feel like it takes a couple days to because there's so much information. Like he's calling out his levels, his trade ideas. It just takes a couple days to really digest. kind of and I think that's the case with everybody, by the way, once you start
Mhm.
learning how somebody else communicates. But I think it's genius. I think it's
Yeah,
absolute genius.
same. And it's proof of his literal experience on the charts. Like he
Mhm.
just flows with it so beautifully that that's like goals for all time to just get that sort of
Look all at
understanding.
a level from 4 weeks ago that I forgot about 4 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And it's just like, yeah, this level back in. Yeah, I remember this one. Oh, and this level and this level. Like he just knows this levels just
Yeah.
in and out, in and out. It's amazing.
Ooh, I think NQ is breaking.
NQ's breaking. I like my ES again.
Mhm.
Wrong break.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't try and get back in on this long when I did a little weak attempt at holding here because not it did not hold.
It's testing I'm getting 90 or nothing.
It's
Like
testing you.
it's
It
testing.
doesn't help that NQ is weak right now.
I actually did just stop to 74.
Yeah, move it tiny. It can be a small win or a big win. Do that.
Listen, I like my Patrick Henry. Give me liberty or give me death. And I'm sure that at some point Patrick Henry's like, maybe I didn't mean it all the way.
Don't actually kill me. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I did cowardly adjust stop under pivot. So gold is not break even yet. Listen, there's no way I'm going red today, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's great. Great job.
This gold trade, if it works out, it can make it a good day. Right now, it's a boring day, but a green day, and a green day is a good day.
Green Day is a beautiful day.
I was green on Monday, red on Tuesday. I got 2 tight stops yesterday, both here in Power Hour, actually.
Mm,
Um, yeah, sorry about that one yesterday, guys.
I know. I mean, Power Hour can be beautiful and it can also be obnoxious. Depends.
Yeah, well said.
Not in the company ever. We always have a good time. We always have great conversation. But the price
We're not
action.
breaking any news to anybody here that understands Power Hour. Sometimes we deal with chop. We definitely don't get as much volatility as the morning sessions.
Yeah.
But sometimes that can be a really good environment after a volatile day. And I'm not describing today as volatile. It is not.
Hmm.
But after, a little bit more aggressiveness in the mornings, right? Come back a little bit more smooth action here.
Yeah. I like it.
Gold, go, baby, go.
Go, go, go,
I don't
go,
even
go,
care
go,
what
go.
happens to the ES right now. Stop me out, please, so I can just chill on gold.
I'm debating shorting NQ down to VWAP. That's pretty close, but it's heading for it here.
What is crude doing? Nope, still not there. Got a break. It's not doing anything yet. Mhm.
Oh, weird. My VWAP on NQ on TOS is at 70. On TradeZ, it's at 57. When I want to use it as a target, it drives me crazy when it's like not the same. Come on. Let's see if it rejects here to short this NQ. Let's go, gold. Well, the 90 EMA is above our entry on gold. So, did you already move to above break even?
On
Or are you
gold,
still on the pivot? Yeah.
I'm still pivot.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's going to be a time factor if like we're 15 minutes late left in the session. Like I would start adjusting, but we still got plenty of time here.
Yeah.
And like I really want to get to break even so I can kick my feet up and not care. But I can't do it until we break
I
the
know. We kind of need
resistance
this pivot.
level. Like if you adjust now to break even, I don't think it's a bad decision, by the way, like at
Yeah.
all.
Could take
Um,
you out though.
I think it's a good debate, quite frankly, but you could be kicked out without a violation of trend or pattern.
Yeah.
And those are the most frustrating things. Not for everybody. Everybody's a little different there, but for me personally, it's my most frustrated I get is not losing money. It's not being wrong on a trade. It's when I adjust too tight, get stopped out without a violation of anything, without a violation of pattern, without a violation of trend, without a violation of anything. Like if you could get stopped out without a violating trend, pattern, or support, if you adjust at this point.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Yeah, I know, Oscar.
agree with you.
I know. I need a Blue Sky hat, but
Cheers to that, Piper.
my daughter buys me my hats, and so I kind of have a thing that goes back like 15 years at this point. But yes, I do need a Blue Sky hat. Justin, did you hear that? Justin. Yes, we'll get. I want all the gear. I want all the gear. Who doesn't want the Blue Sky gear?
No, right? It's very cool.
Blue Sky gear. You guys want the Blue Sky gear. We want all the Blue Sky gear.
Matt, I'm going to step away for a hot second. I'll be right back.
Take your time. I'm just going to stare at the gold chart. Honestly, Hoster, it is slacking. Yes, because Justin's told me many times. And I would say, I get busy. It's laziness. I need to do it. Yes. All right, gold. That 9 EMA is going to catch up in about one candle from now, and that's when it has to be like go time on this one. And yeah, Piper, I'm with you. Give us this gold break. And we're not being greedy here. We're asking for like 8 more points. 8 more points. 8-minute abs. No 7-minute abs. We're just asking for 8 points here. Let's go. That's my boy. There's my boy. Where's my boy, Blue? RQ shows up. Boom. What's up, brother? It's good to see you. Yeah, I agree. We are all in the Matrix, just not the second and third movie, the first movie. We're all in the first movie. It is. You didn't know that? Now, if it was AI, it'd probably be they'd probably wash the hat a little bit. It's the hat. The hat's the giveaway, RQ. Yeah. Gold get above 78, and we got our edge again. Let's go. Positive messaging, team. Positive methodology here. RQ, positive thinking. I know you like a good gold trade.
Cheers to positive thinking. Love that message. Oh, and this rejection on NQ at this turn here. I'm going to try it. I almost put it in before I left, but I had the bathroom. So I have a tickle in my throat. I'm drinking all this water, man. All right, take us to VWAP.
I closed my ES trade, by the way.
Yeah, it's failing here. NQ is failing more than ES, so it shouldn't help ES.
It was such a good trade. I'm going to have to go get a biggie bag from McDonald's instead of a normal meal from a reputable place. Kidding. Win's a win. Don't complain, Justice.
All right, I'm going to go on this last pivot, the retest of the breakout on my risk on this NQ short. this scalp here down to VWAP for the close of the day here.
I like the scalp down to VWAP. I do. The NASDAQ is the reason the ES came back down. So go make some money on the NASDAQ. I'm gonna stare at gold trying to buck the move on the ES and the NASDAQ.
Yeah, I'm gonna make back my money on NQ right now. Thank you very much. Let's go. We'll see. We'll see if she gets there. That was a nice this break here. This one stopped me out. Retraced and bulls couldn't get anything. This one broke and closed below. This retested that break and closed below and rejected again. So that's what I was hoping for. But then I've used the bathroom really quick because of water. But anyway, let's go. Let's go VWAP. 60. I'm gonna go with the trade CVWAP, which is a little lower than my other one. So hopefully that works. 60 is the target there for the scalp. We don't really have time to hold for much longer than that, so. Let's go, gold. Come on, there she is. There she is. She's going. She's going.
She just wanted to say hi to her friend. The 90
She came down and say hello. Whisper sweet nothings. And then
say what's up.
Pop off.
High five. Goodbye.
Go. Move along. My concern with this NQ short is that on TOS it did tag VWAP, which is right where we're at now. So, but I think it's getting there. I think it's selling off, and
there is a slight deviation of TOS's VWAP versus trade C.
Kind of all in the consolidation of the morning here. I think it's still a totally reasonable range here. The 60 target.
You just broke. I think it's still a good trade.
I think so too. We got time and volatility to get down there. I'm gonna put my stop right above this bearish engulfing though.
I like that.
Because we've had range on both sides.
I like that, especially when you don't have that much more of a target to go.
No, it's close. Should throw to it here. A couple points above the VWAP proper on this chart. So get me my fill. So PPI tomorrow, a little less of a
little
less influence, right? But still,
I would say PPI report is the second most important inflationary report. But when you're the second most inflationary report, you're probably like the fifth most important report in the month. And so with the inline on CPI, PPI would have to shock because PPI doesn't get as much love as CPI. CPI is headline inflation, which everybody looks to. PPI is pipeline inflation, which rolls into the CPI report over time. The Fed's preferred gauge of inflation is the PCE report, but I would probably put CPI as the number one report. And then it's arguable wage growth within the labor market number or the PPI report, which one's more important on the inflationary conversation. The Fed always just says the PCE report, even though nobody in the market actually cares about it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't get love hardly at all in comparison to what CPI gets.
Yeah, CPI does get more love and attention and call outs, but they're both important.
Oh yeah, it's all important to understand the inflationary conversation because you can't anchor on one data on inflation. All right, good, very important test here on the on gold team.
Yeah, I moved my stop under this last kind of flaggish move on here, so it's in profit now at 74.8.
I too have now adjusted a pivot. You and I, Borg minds. We're getting to that Borg mindedness here.
Like, I love that for us.
I literally kind of minimized your screen so I could just see mine because I was going to adjust that stop. And then all of a sudden, by the time I adjusted, you adjusted the same thing. Borg mind. That is awesome.
Cheers to that, man.
Mm-hmm.
This got super.
But I'm not taking an L on the gold trade after staring at it for 30 minutes.
No, I'm not either. We were in profit for almost the entire time. So
yeah.
All right, I'm not taking an L and NQ again either. So I just took off half my position in profit. And I'm moving the other one to the break even. Either we get it right now.
Plus, can I make one point about the gold management here?
Yes, please.
15 minutes ago, I said I'm not adjusting. And the price is the same right now as when I made the comment 15 minutes ago. So I just want to clarify. The difference is the 9 EMA caught up to the price, and it's a decision moment for gold. And if it breaks 9 EMA, we're most likely getting stopped out under pivot. So once the 9 EMA supported the decision to trail stop loss, I made that decision to trail stop loss. Before that, you didn't have any other supporting, thesis. And so that's why.
I love that. And I think that is the Borg mind in us as well, because it did have time to create a flag. And for me, that's more substantial of a consolidation. So a break up or a down could be a more substantial move, in which case I don't want to be thrown out. Yeah. All right. NQ's almost 2
minutes. And we're basically go or don't on that current pattern right now.
Okay. That was the win on that NQ short.
Well, great trade on the NQ, by the way.
Thank you.
Great trade.
Break of that consolidation, target VWAP.
Unfortunately, I was staring at my meandering, slowing momentum ES trade while you drilled the NQ, but well done on the NQ trade.
I think our P&L is probably really similar on my NQ and your ES, because I took the loss and then I took the win.
What'd you get, 200?
I think so, yeah.
You got a little bit more than I did on the ES.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
I think I was 300 at one point when it was kind of at the top and gave up about half, I think.
Yeah. I think they both could go lower, ES and NQ. But that was a nice target for me, and it's been so back and forth that I'm not trying to be a hero, we had double our profits on gold too here, and it's just going sideways. The volatility is really lackluster at the moment. And so, as Justin says, see green, take green, and that was a logical target on the NQ short.
Whatever happens in the future, happens in the future. When you made this trade 10 minutes ago, by the way, you just made $200 in 10 minutes. When you made this trade 10 minutes ago, you were level to level talking about the neutral environment, and we were talking about don't be a hero. You did exactly what the trade setup did. Perfect trade. Great execution. Who cares what happens next? You're out of the trade. Move on. That was a great trade.
Thank you. It's good. Yeah. It's good. Strategy with that one. Thank you.
And while you're sniping scalps over there on the NQ, I'm just are we going to go gold?
I know. Come on.
She
can do it. She wants to do it. She's holding up.
She hasn't done anything wrong. Here. She has not done a thing wrong yet.
She's just kind of sauntering. It's like a slow walk. It's not really like a hike. She's sauntering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smelling the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Summertime. Mm-hmm. They're all blooming. Very distracting. I swear when my husband and I hike, sometimes if we're in a new environment or whatever, or if it's wildflower season and they're blooming, he just waits while I stop and get down and take pictures of really pretty close-ups of wildflowers that, only bloom in the mountains. It's great. Stopping to smell the flowers.
That story just reminded me there's a lot of commonality between men and women in their marriages. Because I'm not stopping to smell the flowers either. I'm like, hey, listen, we got a hike in front of us. Let's go. It's a cute flower, but there's a tree over there we want to see.
We're heading for the waterfall, obviously.
Yeah, can we go see the waterfall? There's a beautiful flower. I get it. Oh, stop out on gold. All right. Fine.
Stop out in profit. You know what?
I'm fine. No, it's two green trades in Power Hour so far. Both of them meandering, stopped out after break even, slight adjustments, but two green trades, baby.
That's a winning day.
Now let's see what we can come up with here.
Yeah, we got a half an hour
Now we're
left.
fresh. Let's take a look here.
Okay,
Gold,
let's
I
get
I would still take a re-break of 78, but it would have to break. ES, I kind of find that ES is kind of done for the day.
yeah, already is like
Like
yeah.
it's not
ES is
exciting.
almost right back at VWAP as well, which is right in here is
Hmm.
such neutrality.
Do I want to play with crude? Nope. Don't want to play with crude.
Ooh, how crude since the beginning.
I had some interest on the pullback to front run to break out, but never did it.
Okay, guys, I'm so happy we didn't long because when we first looked at crude, when Hosser suggested it, it was pushing here, and I'm like, I was bullish. But if you look at what crude does, she does bullish and then she retraces. She does bullish and then she retraces. So I'm like, this is not, I can't long this bullish because of how she retraces. I'm glad we didn't do that. We could have shorted. Yeah, too much sideways.
Yeah, I saw the long potential. And do you see that pullback like down to the 9 going right in front of VWAP? Like that's where I was like, ooh, this is a good front run into that potential breakout, but
Yeah.
it never triggered for me.
Mm-mm.
But I saw the setup too. I thought it was a good setup.
Yeah. It's trying. It's trying to make some moves up. What's it doing on the daily? I forget.
Why in the world is the NASDAQ ES going down the same time that crude oil is going down? That's not usual here.
Yeah. It's like they're waiting for something. Like, what is the hesitation right now?
Was that you,
Okay, I guess.
Vodka? You're the one that created the divergence there?
Oh, this is a heck of a flag. Nice job, vodka. Short that business.
But hold on, if crude oil is going down, doesn't that mean Taco did save them? RQ, we're gonna think about that one.
Mhm. Oh my god. NQ and ES are both going to close right inside the high base pattern. Like this
Oh,
chilling.
we're not breaking daily structure today.
Mm-mm. Do you think we will this week? Let's look at the weekly chart.
Um,
Holy nothing on the
oh,
weekly.
coming into the week, I anticipated a breakout this week,
Yeah.
but I anticipated it most likely on CPI day with the secondary one on PPI day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it still can happen. Is it a likelihood? I'd say probably not at this point. I'd probably say the Goldilocks cookie cutter pattern would be consolidation going into the weekend.
Yeah, both ES and NQ are very small doji, very small bodied doji day right now for the week. So yeah, we'll see. It could end up closing as a doji week, which would be annoying, but then could be a nice setup for something cool next
Mhm.
week.
Yeah. And I will not like I will drill that ES going above 78. If we base throughout the week and we break early next week, I don't think anybody wants to miss what happens above 7,800. And I think you could say the exact same thing about the NASDAQ at 30K. Like I
Yeah.
think you could say the exact same thing. And so yeah, like if it continues to base here, I don't think that's a net negative thing. Um, like I've always said, you can pick the level of the breakout. You don't get to pick when the market breaks out.
Yeah.
Like you
Right.
just got to pick the level.
Yeah.
So we know the level. It's just a matter of can the market achieve it now. Well, we want cheaper crude oil. Trump wants cheaper crude oil, but Taco is an alleviation of the geopolitical event, where I believe the acronym is Trump backtracks basically on escalation, and then he de-escalates, which brings down crude oil. So if crude oil is coming down, it's because Taco did occur. If crude oil is going up, it's because you're seeing escalation. So that was just the reason I made the comment. I don't know who Taco today. Like I'm not familiar with the information over the last 3 hours in the market, like the news stories. But I didn't know there was an environment where somebody was tacoing. I kind of feel like this is just the environment we're going to deal with for the next year.
Yeah.
Not the high base, the geopolitical environment. Like I'm in the camp that the Iranians are thinking about November and the midterms.
VWAP is holding price right now on NQ. which is in the lows of the morning. All this whole area is the lows of the morning.
Yeah, kind of want to take a short stab, but what like
I don't know. It tagged morning support kind of beautifully here and is acting like it wants to hold.
yeah, Vodka, you and I are agreeing 100% on that. I think it's part of why they keep taking pot shots in both the Straits of Hormuz and the Red Sea with the Houthis when America is basically begging to stop action. Yeah. I think any other read on that is a very biased read against what is actually happening out there.
Oh, see, and the God, we still got stopped out in profit because we've been stopped out in red here with this gold. We both took a small win, and it's dripping lower here.
We didn't get the breakout, but if you replay our management conversation on this gold trade, rinse and repeat that against any pattern setup of how you handle the adjustment to break even and when you go into a profitable position on the stop loss. Because we didn't get the ultimate break, but I feel like that was the prototypical 100% way of how you manage stop losses on a day trade.
Yeah, real-time trade management, like what we're seeing, why, how we manage it, what the risk is, how we take it. Yeah, that's a great point. And consider, structural pivots as well as the moving average and the way time played into it. A lot to consider. Now what we got?
Sell? Like what's going on here, NASDAQ?
She is thinking, isn't she?
Like the last four candles on the NASDAQ are all sinking. ES is flatlining.
Yeah, ES is still holding on top of their VWAP. And Q is dabbling below.
Kind of want to take one more trade on the NASDAQ, but I'm like before the close.
Yeah.
And I kind of
Were you
want
in
to
that short vodka on that NQ? Yeah, today is not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I struggled this morning in some of my accounts, and this one I, did well in, but I didn't love it.
I don't know how many times you guys heard me say I don't love day trading inside a high base daily pattern. Like, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's a great day trading environment. I do think it'll be a better day trading environment next week than it was this week. Like, or maybe not next week. When we break out a pattern, I do think we will have a much, much, much better day trading environment. But because of the chop and because of the consolidation and slowing momentum, like ranges are tight right now. They're just very tight.
Honestly, the vodka, I like our target for because there's a lot of reasons too. Like we're only at 53 right now. It's only 3.7 points lower than what we TP'd. But it could sink lower here. My hesitation is it's a tight inside day and we're in the support of the morning. So it could hold here as well. I mean, the direction right now is absolutely down for the last 40 minutes.
I just got stopped out on gold. You want me to re-engage after I just got stopped out? I need a moment to consider my life for a second.
You're talking about re-engaging in gold?
No, I don't think it's ready to get back in gold. No.
I don't think so either.
No, we just got stopped out for a reason.
Yeah, she's falling back.
Vodka?
Yeah.
I've had bad days like that.
Yeah, I lost an account this morning. Brother. I really did.
Hit me up in Discord if you need to talk.
I nuked an account this morning. It was lukewarm and it did not survive this choppy morning. I had mixed across different accounts, but I tried not to trade copy them on days where there's not a slam dunk, which I did not feel like today. And so, it was a mixed morning for me.
My last 2 days have been mixed. I had a really good day on Monday, but that was that gold home run trade we had. Tuesday red, slight red. Wednesday slight green. And as long as we stay inside range, I'll probably be slight green, slight red the next 2 days as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
high bases on daily charts are not my prototypical. Again, that's the 50th time I've said that this week. I like trending conditions. I'm a trend trader. I like trends.
Yeah. That's good vodka. Like you pulling out the money out of a funded account is excellent. That's great progress. That's a win for sure. And big, good job, man. Holding green on these days is very good. A lot of people get in a lot of trouble with this chop. Ooh, Bitcoin.
I won't join you on Bitcoin. I'm already there on Ethereum, but I'm doing a position trade on Ethereum. Like I started buying it around 13.
This is 4 hour on Bitcoin. Oh, she's really sideways.
Like I think when you're looking at Bitcoin, it has the ability to break out. Like it's got an ability to run.
Yeah, Ethereum it broke out and it's holding up there. So
Yeah, and on ETHA is what I'm doing. I position on ETHA.
get that on here. I'll give us
Becky, I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, both of the cryptos, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are holding, you know. For me and the larger time frame, they're sideways trying to hold, but went down yesterday and today. Like it tried to hold up. Yes, pre-market. Yeah, overnight. And then it shot down. All right, what's this Incubate gonna do? She's still thinking against where we got out. That's why we need to think about a runner, huh? I just didn't. I was so unimpressed with how tight and small bodied they were, but we did break here, which was a clean break. So that was a directional move. We should have held a runner. All right, let's talk about next time about our runners, right? I did honor my trade plan and my trade intention, and so I'm happy about that. Let's see if we take out this low here on NQ, which would be good liquidity, which is at 819. Right? Always, right? What was I thinking? Duh. This was absolutely a trigger here on the breakdown from this consolidation. In that situation, have a reasonable target, but then, I had a few contracts we could have held running. Better luck next time. But this is, the support of the morning. So anywhere in here, it could hold up too. So if you are still shorting or you have a runner, I would protect it a little bit. I would trail it to some degree just because it could hold here. It could also take out that liquidity easily and take out the low, but we'll see. With it being such a sideways small body day, really, and imbalances coming in 5-6 minutes, could pump back up and stay inside. It would be an interesting look if we push lower. The ES did get to their VWAP short as well. Look at that beautiful kiss. When it rolled over here, this could have been the trigger for our short on ES. Down from this break back inside. That's what I was telling you guys earlier at the start of the session. This was my target for my upside on ES and why I didn't engage, but it's interesting that it rolled here and then broke below, retested, short to VWAP. But now we'll see if it wants to hold here. Both of them could hold, being in the morning support on NQ and tagging VWAP after some good trading above it. Looks like more inside day action for us. But thanks, guys, for hanging with us for Power Hour. I mean, you never know what you're going to catch. We caught some money off of. There's a little bit here on this ES long. There would be NQ short, gold long. Scalps in there. Don't love any opportunities going into imbalances because this ES tagged their VWAP, which is the target. If we were up here still, we could potentially engage there. And Q looking like it wants to take out that low. especially now under VWAP retest here. It's wicking off of it to the downside. Oh, Viper's still in gold. Let's see what she's doing. You got a better entry than us. You're just honoring the first risk. The first risk was here. Let's go gold. Yeah, Matt and I trailed here, and then we trailed here. So we got out with a little bit of a win. Well, cheers, Piper. I hope it holds for you, because this is right around where we got in. Right here at this break is when we were, I think all of us joined. Maybe you got in sooner. But this easily could be the hold spot, because this candle here is the one that broke the trend line and broke this top and then consolidated. So this is a logical place where the bulls could hold. Oh, okay. Let's go. I love that. Hold it, gold. Get some pays, some payouts. Let's put gold on one side and then NQ on the other. Oh, look, I just did it. So gold's on the left, NQ's on the right. Don't love the short to take out the low enough on NQ, not gonna lie. It definitely could happen. But we're still pretty close to VWAP, and we're in the morning support. Gold, I liked our breakout, but it did not see follow through. So it could come all the way back to VWAP. There's at 69.30 right now. But it's at this pivot, so cheers to holding up. Overall, I'm quite bullish on gold. So I like that direction for the larger time frame. ES is also trying to hold after tagging their VWAP target. We'll see. We'll see if imbalances here in a minute and a half give us anything. So yeah, it looks like the support from morning is trying to hold on NQ. So definitely be careful with that. Around VWAP, it can get a little weird in terms of chopping back and forth, because a lot of people will use that as a target, as we did. And so there's a lot of kind of price settling out there. And so you'll get sort of some wicking on either end. And so that's a tricky place to engage when it was used as a target for the same trade, which is what we did on the short on NQ. So that I would be hesitant to engage here now, because we got our VWAP target on the short on that break, and then we slid into the morning support. So it could pop here, and then gold. Oh, Piper. Oh, girl. It might have taken you out here. Sorry about that. Because it's coming back to VWAP. On gold, and it could come down to that trend line too. So I hope you have the risk that you yeah, sorry, you got the hit. Okay, well, safe, right? You're safe because you got a stop loss in place, and so you took a little hit, but you know, that happens. This breakout trade on gold looked good. I would not trade it differently than I did, because there was triggers for that. There was this double bottom and the trend line break. But I think there's just not a lot of volume today. And I think that's what we're seeing across the board, is that there's just a lot of monkey business and not a lot of range, which makes today a tricky situation. All right, so imbalances just hit, and it looks like we're rejecting on NQ at this 9 EMA retest that popped right above. It's coming here. So, you know, imbalances sometimes cause a lot of wick. So it, you know, who knows? This this short here on imbalances could take out the low and it could just dance. So it looks like it's going for the lows. And gold is kind of hesitating right here too. Oh, that's going to be annoying, Piper. If it holds here right after taking you out, that drives me crazy sometimes when my stop just gets taken and then it continues to the upside. But it could, this could be the fuller retest, the more full retest to the downside here. So, yeah, so this could be just this again, this wild, it's flat on gold, but this is view up and then the 9 moving average. And so on gold, it did come down and kind of retested this smaller body here and those 2 levels, and it looks to be holding up. So, but we're about out of time. I'm not really interested in engaging in another trade. We took a few trades. We got some points locked in. We took some risks that we were comfortable with. We got some experience on the charts. And what more can you ask for, right? I mean, it's the game of risk management and seeing what our opportunities are and how we can engage with them. And like I said, it's hard to chase imbalances unless it's a really obvious move, because this did give an initial bearish rejection here on NQ, but it hasn't done anything in the last 2 minutes after that first pop. So trade your risk on that. If we can get down to take off the low on NQ, or if we're just going to be here right along VWAP until the end here in 7.5 minutes. I almost want a long gold again because she came down to that key level, but I've already taken a few trades. That's good. We got some good opportunity in there. And I don't love when it's just sort of chopping sideways and fizzling out by VWAP. For me, that's like a paper cut situation. But this short I really liked. This long I thought had potential and it was in profit for a while. And then we managed a risk. And then this long we managed as well on gold. But all of them seem a little risky right now for the reasons we've already covered of the longs failed on gold and came back down to a point of neutrality. So here and again can play towards the end of the market. And then similar with NQ, it's an inside day. We're back in the morning here, the morning support. So yeah, that's the day. It's an inside day. We're in the daily, both ES and NQ we're doing those bull flag patterns on the daily. And so that's definitely a situation for me, you guys, to draw those lines on your larger timeframes, on your daily timeframes, and then set alerts there. That way, if you're ever not at your chart or happens overnight, you get ping on your phone or wherever your alerts sent to. That way you are drawn to the chart and see. And then what I like to do when my alerts go off at the edge of extremes is to see, are we getting follow through or rejection? This is an example here of I got the ping of a breakout of this channel and it literally just kissed the outside and fell right back underneath. So that was like a failure sign. And ideally when I got that and it sunk right back underneath, no follow through, I should have moved my stop up to break even instead of taking the loss that I did. But I was trying to give it some room. We had time. So that's how I chose to manage that. But this was a fake breakout right here. And so if you think about on the daily channel, what we're going to watch for in the coming week is a break above a consolidation pattern, but then with strength, right? A close above and then a retracement and a hold, versus this is an example of a break above a channel and a failure. So then you come back inside. So then you're going for the other side. Okay, here's some bears on the NQ. Pod, could you get back in? Piper, I'm so happy you're here with us because trade management is something that has to be learned and experienced and managed and worked through. So that's an experience. No, we're happy to be here with you. You got nuked? Oh my gosh! Shoot. Did you try and go long when it held here, or just dinking around at VWAP? The imbalances showed some aggression to the downside, but weren't really following through. And now it does look like that's 90 MA is holding as that dynamic resistance here, and it's heading for those lows here on NQ. So we could easily keep sinking here and hit that 18 to take out that liquidity at the low of the day on in Q. Oh yeah, you tried for the long minute hold there. Yeah, the imbalances, man, they were not kind. Oh yeah, some days like this day was not easy, you guys. I really did have a struggle bus this morning. I did this account is green, but I'm mixed across personal funds and what have you. So short America. I know what were we thinking? Oh, we're in the short America period apparently. So well, gold wants to hold here, so that's interesting. That's obnoxious for us that were in the long. But even so, we're still slightly below my entry, so I'm happy of the trade management that we did, which is a lot to learn and work through. 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, there you go. RQ's got all the answers, man. That guy knows all of the ways of the world. Good question. I think your East Coast time, that would be just before, but you can hold through to market close and then settle out. Yeah, they just want them closed before it recycles for the new trading day start. I'm trying to get one more trade off. Only 2.5 minutes left. Yeah, this view up area is so tricky for me. I have learned by getting so many paper cuts at it over the year. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of that. So many paper cuts in the view up area that it's just less appealing to me because it can do this BS where it pops below, wicks below, gives you signs that it's falling, pops above, says, well, shoot, maybe it's holding because there's a wick and a bullish candle. But that was just fake out oscillating VWAP. And then it ended up continuing with the trend down, which, ES is stronger. So it's interesting that they're kind of decoupled. Oh, ES is tanking. Let's pull up ES on this gold side here. She blew right through that VWAP. So here I'm like, it tagged it and it was holding above it, but the bears are closing out the day today across ES and NQ. So ES is on the left and NQ is on the right, but both are in a bearish coming into the close here. So that's an interesting situation. Shorting down here into the close. ES has got, more price action below, but NQ is very close to the low of their day. NQ traded tighter today, a little more bearish. This. But be careful here at the end. There's some locking in of the trade here, so I would not try and hold to be a hero here into the last minute. But thank you guys for being here with me at BluSky. I really enjoy streaming with you all, and there's such a really good community. Everyone is supportive and shares ideas and wants everyone to win, and we get to celebrate traders like Blank, who is just absolutely on fire these days. And yeah, Matt, peace out early. But thank you guys for being with us. I know I echo from him that he has enjoyed this community and trading with all of y'all, and we're very thankful to be, supporting BluSky members, and we're here for you if you need an account. 30 off works for our launch plans for 30% off if you need a new account, which I don't want for any of us. But this morning was tricky. RQ, I appreciate your questions and showing up too and your answers. And obviously we should have shorted to 0. So you're there. But I hope everyone just kind of manage our accounts to the best of their ability, and we'll come back stronger tomorrow. And cheers for just showing up for the game of day trading and doing our very best at this game of trading, because I truly believe we all have like a lot of potential for all the opportunity. So, all right, interesting short to the close here, and then a little bounce of profit taking at the very end. So is what it is. Inside day, obnoxious price action. We are still alive, and we'll be back tomorrow to do our very best. So everyone just take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and have a great evening.